Time to take the Christmas tree down. That only means one thing. It's getting ready to be time to go back to school. Okay, so the first day back after our Christmas break is not getting off to the best start in the world. I forgot to make all the photocopies that I needed for today before we left on break. Not only did I forget to make those copies, but I also forgot to even make plans for today. I don't know what I was thinking, but I never did it before we went home for break. So at 9:30 last night, I'm trying to get ready to go to bed, and I realized, oh, I don't have a lesson. So I get a quick shower, get out, take a couple of hours to put together a good lesson for today for the kids and make sure things are going well. So that means that I also have to come in and photocopy everything that they will need for that lesson. Hopefully nobody else has procrastinated as I, and I won't be a line at the copier. Then I get in the school parking lot and realize I left my keys at home. I can't get into my class. I borrow a set from the secretary so I can get in and then have to return those back to her. So let's hope that the rest of this day goes a little bit better than it started. Okay, I hear voices coming from the copier room. Hopefully that doesn't mean that it's crowded. Here it is, the infamous copier. Thankfully, nobody else is in as bad a condition as all the kids are going for the day. It's our first day back since Christmas break. I'm just trying to reflect on everything that happened. And one of the things that has occurred to me in this natural time where we start making goals because of the change in the calendar year is that there's a lot of work to be done. In the next 2 days here at school, one of the things that we'll be doing is reviewing goals with our students. Back in September, every student in the school set some academic and personal goals, and we helped them to devise ways and plans in which they were going to meet those goals. And we're going to use this time to meet with them individually, see how they're doing on their goals, seeing what kind of progress they're making, and helping them reflect. And in the end, our hope is that they will modify their goal any way that they need to, see what plans they need to make so that they can actually be successful in those goals. The same thing is happening for teachers. Back in September, we had to develop a professional development plan of our own, basically our goals for how we were going to grow this year. And we're at the halfway point in the school year, so it's the perfect time to begin to reflect. So today, what I did was I printed up my own plan, and I got to looking at it, and there were things on my plan that I forgot I'd even put on there. So it makes me wonder just how good a plan that was in the first place. And there were some things on that plan that I do remember and really want to see accomplished in my own life as a professional educator this year. And I'm not doing so great with that. So that was a good exercise for me because I don't see that as a failure, the fact that I am not making the progress that I want. I see it as corrective feedback. And if I've got feedback, then I can make some change. What about you? Have you set goals for this year? I know a lot of people are going to be setting goals to get into better physical condition this year. A lot of people will set goals to get in better financial condition this year. And some of us are going to set some goals that are not quite so tangible, not quite so measurable, but they're important goals nonetheless. For me, I've got quite a few personal goals. I'll be narrowing those down in the next couple of weeks or so. The development of this channel is certainly one of those goals. I've got a few intangible goals that are harder to measure. One of those is to just be more positive. And I have to admit it, I'm just not naturally a positive person. But this channel, I think, is going to help me with that. It's going to help me to become more positive this year. It's important to keep several things in mind when you're setting goals, and there's certainly lots of information out there that can help you set those goals and help you reach those goals. You can Google it, you can go to the bookstore, you can go to the library, and there's just a wealth of information in terms of setting goals. One of the ones that's just almost always mentioned is make sure it's a measurable goal. And that's important, but sometimes we have some personal things with our character, with our personalities that we want to work on that's maybe not so measurable. And I've mentioned one, my desire to be a little bit more positive. But there's two things in particular that I want to mention today when it comes to setting goals and helping you and helping me to be more successful in that. First thing you need to do is you need to find somebody to help you. Don't try to do this alone. That's just a recipe for failure, to try to do something alone. Find someone to which you can be accountable. You need somebody that's going to take you to task when you're not doing what you need to do. But at the same time, they're going to love you. They're going to support you when you're struggling to meet that goal. It's so important that those times in my life when I've had the person who would give me a butt kicking and then help me to bandage my wounds from that butt kicking were the times when I grew the most. It didn't matter what my goal was. So find somebody that'll do that for you. It might be a workout partner in the gym. It could be a financial counselor to help you with your crisis. It could be a Weight Watchers group. It might be somebody as simple as that friend that you can call any day or night and they'll just listen to you talk. But they're not afraid to tell you the truth. The second thing to remember is that failure is not an option. And I don't mean that failure is not an option because we will not allow you to not succeed. I mean failure is not an option because it's not even on the list. As you go through this year and you're working on your goals and you're meeting with that accountability partner and you haven't made the progress that you wanted to have made at that time, it's not because of failure. Failure is not on the list. All it means is that you haven't met your goal yet. And that's going to be so important to remember because it's going to be so easy to get down on ourselves and to start getting negative that we're not going to meet this goal and then we just want to give up. There's all kinds of things that can happen to keep you from setting your goal. There might just be some obstacles that you didn't foresee. You know, if it's a business venture you're undertaking, there might be some hidden costs that you just really didn't anticipate, that no one told you about, and it kind of delays you getting where you want it to be. Now you know. Move past it. You might actually encounter something a little bit more drastic. There might be some life circumstances that happen that there's no way you could have foreseen it. There's no way you can control it. You just kind of have to deal with it now. It's what happens. Just continue to move forward. Just continue to keep making progress towards your goal because you will get there. You're just not there yet. Today was a perfect day to talk about goals, especially my goal to be more positive. The day didn't start like I wanted to. I came in, realized before I was going to bed actually, I had no lesson plan. I had to come in and get some stuff photocopied very quickly. I didn't bring my keys, so I couldn't get into my classroom. I can't get into my desk to get some things that I needed. And then once I got here, there were several things that happened here at school, some things that came down that would be universally frustrating for most people, I believe. And I have to admit that public education is one of those spheres that just seems to be more inclined to be negative, at least for those of us inside of it. Because of all the external and all the internal pressure that we sometimes feel. And today would have been a perfect day to have wallowed in negativity and to find some company for my misery, because there would have been plenty of it. Thankfully, I was reminded of my goal to be positive, and I just kept moving forward with that whole idea of being more positive. So now back to your goals. How are you going to reach those goals? What things are you going to put in place? Go down below and comment on what your goals are and how you plan on reaching those goals. Share your successes from the past and how it's helped you to meet goals. I would love to hear about ways that you have been successful in the past. I just want to thank you for tuning in and watching this episode with me today. I hope that you will come back. I hope that this will be something that you'll find enjoyable, that it'll be something that'll help you, and I hope that it's just beneficial to you. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe, and keep coming back for more things throughout the year. And finally, remember to give somebody a reason to hope and always learn something new.